In this video, we're going to look at applications involving consecutive integers. And in 1, it says, 4 consecutive integers are 4, 5, 6, and 7. If x is equal to 4, write 5, 6, and 7 in terms of x. So if we have x is equal to 4, and then we want to come up with an equation for 5, we could say that 5 is equal to 4 plus 1, and 4 is equal to x. So we could say 5 is equal to x plus 1. For 6, we could say that this is equal to 4 plus 2. And again, 4 is equal to x, so 6 is equal to x plus 2. And if we wanted to do 7, we would write 7 as 4 plus 3. And 7 could also be equal to x plus 3. Now in 2, it says 4 consecutive odd integers are 1, 3, 5, and 7, and x is equal to 1. So x is equal to 1. If we want to write an equation for 3, we could say 3 is equal to 1 plus 2, which means that 3 is equal to x plus 2. And then if we want to write an equation for 5, we could say 5 is equal to 1 plus 4. So 5 is equal to x plus 4. And an equation for 7 would be 7 is equal to 1 plus 6. So 7 is equal to x plus 6. In 3, we want 4 consecutive even integers are 2, 4, 6, and 8, and x is equal to 2. So if we want to write an equation for 4, we could say that 4 is equal to 2 plus 2, and we could also say that 4 is equal to x plus 2. An equation for 6 is equal to 2 plus 4. So then 6 is equal to x plus 4. And the equation for 8 would be 8 is equal to 2 plus 6. So 8 is equal to x plus 6. So in the box, they tell us that if we want consecutive integers, we would have x, x plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3, and so on until we have the number of integers we're looking for. And if we want consecutive odd or even integers, we're going to have x, x plus 2, x plus 4, x plus 6, and so on until we have the number of integers we're looking for. In 4, it says the sum of 3 consecutive odd integers is 171. Find the integers. And now it wants us to choose a variable to represent the unknown. So I'm going to say that x is equal to the first integer. And in the second direction, it says write the integers in terms of the variable. Now, we're looking for 3 consecutive odd integers. So x is going to be our first integer, and then x plus 2, and then x plus 4. And now we want to write the equation and solve. So we want the sum of the 3 consecutive integers, so x plus 2 plus x plus 4 is equal to 171. And now I'm going to combine my like terms on the left side of the equation, and I have 3x plus 6 is equal to 171. And now we're going to subtract 6 from both sides, and we get 3x is equal to 165. And now we're going to divide both sides by 3, and we have x is equal to 55. And now it wants us to find the value of the other integers. The second integer was represented by x plus 2, and we know that x is equal to 55, so we have 55 plus 2, which is equal to 57. And our third integer was x plus 4, which is equal to 55 plus 4, which is equal to 59. And now it wants us to check. And we're going to check by adding our 3 consecutive odd integers and make sure the sum is 171. 55 plus 57 plus 59, and that is equal to 171. So our 3 consecutive odd integers we found do equal 171. And now it wants us to state the answer, and we would say the integers are 55, 57, and 59. In 5, it says, find 3 consecutive integers such that 3 times the largest integer exceeds the sum of the 2 smaller integers by 47. And the first thing they want us to do is choose a variable to represent the unknown. So we're going to say that x is equal to the smallest integer, and now it wants us to write 3 consecutive integers using the variables. So if the smallest integer is equal to x, and we're looking for 3 consecutive integers, the second integer would be x plus 1, and the third integer would be x plus 2. And now we want to write an expression for 3 times the largest integer. And the largest integer is represented by x plus 2, so we're going to have 3 times x plus 2. And now we want to write an expression for the sum of the 2 smaller integers. And the smallest integer is represented by x, plus the second smallest integer is represented by x plus 1, and this is equal to 2x plus 1. And now we want to write the equation and solve. So we want to take 3 times the largest integer, 3 times x plus 2, minus the sum of the 2 smaller integers, which is 2x plus 1, and this needs to equal 47. Now I'm going to distribute my 3 through the parentheses, so I have 3x plus 6, and I'm going to distribute my negative sign, so I'm going to have minus 2x minus 1 is equal to 47, and now 3x minus 2x is x, and 6 minus 1 is 5 is equal to 47, and now we subtract 5 from both sides and we get x is equal to 42. And now it wants us to find the value of the other integers. So x is equal to 42 represents our smallest integer, and our second integer was represented by x plus 1, and that's equal to 42 plus 1, or 43. And our third integer was represented by x plus 2, which is equal to 42 plus 2, or 44. And now we want to check. So now in order to check, we're going to take 3 times our largest integer. So we have 3 times 44 minus the sum of the 2 smaller integers. And the 2 smaller integers were 42 and 43. So we're going to have minus 42 plus 43. And that needs to equal 47. 3 times 44 is equal to 132, minus 42 plus 43 is equal to 85, and 132 minus 85 does equal 47. So the integers we found were correct. And now it wants us to state the answer. So the integers are 42, 43, and 44. And that's all for the video on applications involving consecutive integers.